So the new national insurance rates and thresholds for 22-23. How is that going to affect salary sacrifice on electric vehicles? That's what we're going to do a little bit of analysis on today, so stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. JD here again. So two things have happened in terms of national insurance recently. So originally, what was going to happen was that the thresholds were all going to stay the same for 22-23, and there was going to be an extra 1.25% payable on national insurance for both employees and employers. And I've been waiting to make this video because I was waiting to see what was going to come out on the spring statement earlier this week. And what has happened is that even though the percentages have stayed the same, so going up from 12% to 13.25% for employees, and from 13.8% to 15.05% for employers, the primary threshold has changed for employees. And that's changed from about 9,800 and something to the same level as the current personal allowance, which is 12,570. So what does that mean? It basically means that you're going to pay national insurance later. You can now earn £12,570 a year, or about £241 a week, before you pay any national insurance. So what I thought I'd do is look at last year's, or this current tax year's until next week, look at salary sacrifice for some different electric vehicles on those figures. Then we're going to look at the effect that it would make between April and June. And then from July 2022, this new increase in primary threshold kicks in. So we're just going to compare them. So what I've got here, I've got the old spreadsheet. You can get a copy of this spreadsheet. If you send me an email here, it's a one-off donation of £10, including any future updates I make. So if you want a copy, please let me know. But what I've done is I've got the current year. So that's 21-22. And obviously for 21-22, benefiting car and electric vehicles is only 1%. Then I've got 22-23, April to June only, because obviously the spring statement has changed these thresholds from July, with 2% benefit in kind for electric vehicles. And then I've got another spreadsheet which will work from July the 1st, which has got the new increase in primary thresholds. And I thought we'd just crunch some figures across all three and just see what differences these new rates are going to make. So let's start on our current tax year. So this is 21-22, and we're going to assume we've got a standard tax code of 1257L. I'm not going to worry about pension contributions or anything like that. Let's say we'll do it for a couple of different salaries. So let's say £30,000 a year salary. Under the current tax year, this year, you would net about £2,005 a month. Okay, let's ignore. Sorry, my Alexa's making a noise. Let's ignore salary sacrifice to begin with. Let's just look at the differences in take-home pay under these three scenarios. So £2,005. Now, if the spring statement hadn't come along and everything was going to stay the same apart from the contribution percentage going up by 1.25%, let's see what you would take home on the same salary under that situation. So same tax code 1257L, £30,000 salary. You would take home 1987. So that's a difference of what? £18 a month roughly. So if you're on £30,000 a year, forgetting salary sacrifice, forgetting any pension contributions, you would be about £18 a month worse off on the system that was going to happen. Okay, see what I mean? Now, from July the 1st, the percentage rates are the same, but as I said earlier, the primary threshold has gone up to 12,570. So let's put the figures into this sheet. 1257L, so the same personal allowance, £30,000 salary. You're now going to be netting 2017. So for lower earners, because you pay national insurance later, you're going to be better off. So currently, this tax year, 21-22, you're netting about 2005. For the first 3 months, of next year, April to June, you're going to be netting about 1987, and then from July the 1st, you're going to be netting 2017. So actually, you're about £12 a month better off from July the 1st. Let's just take a look at a higher salary of, say, £50,000. So under the new system, you'd be netting about 3129. Under this current tax year, 21-22, you'd be netting about 3,138. So about £9 a month worse off still from the 1st of July. However, if it hadn't have come along, we would have been netting 3,099. So for the first 3 months of next tax year, we're going to be netting 3,099 versus 3,138. So about £39 a month drop. Significant, especially at the moment, given the cost of living crisis. So from the 1st of July, it's going to go back up to 3,129. So it's still lower, but it's only about £9 lower compared to about £39 lower. So let's now have a look at how that will affect salary sacrifice. And we'll also include the fact that salary sacrifice benefit in kind, on electric vehicles is going up to 2% rather than 1% this year. So let's take a look at, we'll keep the salary at 50,000. And let's say we're going to salary sacrifice a car at £500 a month. So under the current tax year, £6,000 a year, which is £500 a month salary sacrifice, brings our salary down to 44,000. 1% benefit in kind. And let's say we've got a P11D value of... Why does this Alexa keep making a noise? Go away.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Go away. Let's turn that down. Sorry about that. Let's say we've got a P11D value of £50,000. So that drops our tax code by £500 a year. So our adjusted tax code is now 1207L. And our net pay would be 2790. So that car is effectively costing us £348 a month for a £500 a month salary sacrifice. Okay. Let's do the same for April to June 22-23. So salary sacrifice again of £6,000 a year. So effective salary of 44,000, but this time the benefit in kind rate has gone up to 2%. So £50,000 P11D value drops our tax code by £1,000 now to 1157L. So our new net pay would be 2749.43 versus 2790. So that makes sense, as we said before. It's a drop of about £31. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Because our net pay without salary sacrifice was a drop of about £39. When we salary sacrifice the car, it's a drop of 2790, about £31. The car for this current tax year with the benefit in kind of 1% is costing us £348.33 versus £350.42, a saving of 29.92% on the £500 a month salary sacrifice versus a saving of 30.33. Okay, let's have a look now what's going to happen from the 1st of July. So same salary, same tax code, salary sacrifice of £6,000 a year, 2% benefit in kind on a P11D value of 50,000. So same tax code of 1157L. The car is costing us £350.42, 29.92 saving versus... Oh, it's exactly the same. Of course it's exactly the same because the saving is the same and the same rates are the same. But your net pay, look, would be 2749.43. From 1st of July, it's going to be 2779.13. So actually our net pay is going up £30. Okay. Now, the only other thing we could look at is if your employer passes on some or all of their company national insurance saving. And because the company national insurance amount is going up from 13.8 to 15.05%, there should be a bit more of a saving to be had. So let's assume that you've got a nice employer, and they're not obliged to do this, but some do, and they're passing on their company national insurance saving, which is £69 a month gross. That would make the car under the current tax year a 39.72% saving, £301 a month cost to the employee. April to June, we've got a £75 a month company NI saving now versus 69 under the old system, because obviously the rate's gone up by 1.25%, which brings the net car net cost down to £300.19. So a slightly higher saving. And then from 22 to 23, from the 1st of July, £300.19. But look at the net. Let's ignore the car amount. Let's look at the net pay. So 2829 versus 2837 in the current tax year, or 2799 between April and June. Okay, so you can see £50,000 salary sacrifice, even with the 2% benefit in kind coming in. Even if you're earning £50,000 a year, you're not going to be much worse off now that this spring statement's been announced and the primary thresholds have been changed. I hope that was marginally interesting. As I said, if you want a copy of that spreadsheet, please fling me a line. I've also got the PCP spreadsheet. If anyone's looking at comparing PCP deals, HP deals, you want to look at when you can settle, you want to look at voluntary termination rights, I've got that spreadsheet as well, so you can fling me an email for a copy of that as well for a one-off £10 donation. Please do subscribe if you haven't already done so, and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And until next time,